in the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the New York Giants. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready, set. Mike's both. And let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Right up.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 97 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Protein spill. He's coming. We got double up.
First carry for Nick Chubb. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 31, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Regular. Bang.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing Jones. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get it together. 6-6. Pull it high.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. I got it. Check 43. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, defense.
Mayfield on 1st down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing. Mayfield. He finds his target. Beckham. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Check 26. Check 26. No. Run.
Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
Hey, alert! Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A run for Nick Chubb. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Just like that.
To throw, Mayfield, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The tackle made by T.J. Carey.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even
looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it. Because
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from the 20, and the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Spinning past him. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. After the sack on 1st down, Jones, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones now operating from the gun. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. Now Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Eric Murray, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing.
And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 38 3 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Topper!
Kill! Operating from the gun, Jones. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check tight.
Now. Throwing again on second down. Jones throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's third down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a Giant first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 42 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Rosas good with the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Giants 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 31-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Looking to throw on second down. Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 4th down. Got a man, Slayton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Looking to throw. Jones. He completes it to Tate. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jones throw on target to Shepard. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hurry!
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Chubb. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Go. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 1st quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Alert, 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 alert. 49, check 49, check 49. Alert, flare, alert, flare, flare, flare. Check 52.
Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Demarius Randall, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Let him know, let him know. Check, check. Fresno.
They run it again with Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.